They actually have to learn the programming language.
They do, but it's Java.
Oh yeah, Java. Yeah.
So, but it's a very different kind of Java programming from programming on a PC, because robots are based on behaviors.
Yeah.
So robots are based on sensors, and when the sensors detect something, you do one or another. So they learn behavior programming. So there really is some academic interest, and they learn a variety of basic robotics as well. There's nobody doing the second year robotics course here, is there?
I think there's some second years next door.
Okay, and they build also. Did you see the balancing robot next door?
Not yet.
No, yet.
Okay. Well, they build a balancing robot. They build a maze-solving robot, which actually runs around in this maze. So it runs around this maze, solving this maze. And again, you see, it's more than they have to learn to calibrate sensors. They have to learn about the engineering of computer science. That it's all very well to build something, but when you actually ship it, it doesn't work. And it doesn't work because maybe the lighting, the environment is different. Or I had people doing an egg race. They come in from schools. We do outreach to schools with Lego, and the robot worked brilliantly. And then they put the egg on it. It was supposed to carry an egg. The egg was just heavy enough to move the sensor too close to the ground, and it failed. And it took ages to work out what was going on. And for this, the real problem with this is making a robot that's narrow enough to fit in the in the maze and can still move around and can detect the maze. But they love it, don't they? Hugh, you teach that, don't you?
Yeah, I kind of, the joke I have is that, you know, you think, at the start of the course, I think, oh, you know, I'm nice, jovial, Hugh, but you learn to hate me by the end of it, because it's
frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating because so many times they build. The first thing they do is try to build their robot. The actual big problem with that is that it's too flipping narrow.
Yeah, you can't. A robot that's got to move and have the sensors, and the sensors can't be too close to the walls, because if they're too close to the walls, they get the wrong readings. So they spend
a lot of their lives actually building these sort of supermodel-like robots, which are very, very tall and quite tottery, and it's. So
because it has to have this computer in somewhere.
Yeah.
And basically, you want to get this computer up out of the way, and then you put a little tiny wheelbase on the bottom.
So it's kind of, they have to make they make their way about. The balancing robot is another one which drives them, which makes them very frustrating.
You make a robot that balances on two wheels. Have you seen this? Is it Segway? That people get round Garden with, where they stand on this thing, it's on two wheels, and they look very comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's basically adjusting its wheels all the time. You could imagine trying to balance on two wheels. Two wheels in line are quite easy, and we all can ride a bicycle, but two wheels next to each other is much harder. And so they try and build these robots, and actually it's very easy to make one balance if it spins. Do you know this?
This time I said to them do this, but they were like, that sounds hard. And I was like, okay, but you know, they still do.
There's if you look at for next NXT, Lego NXT Bullbot on the web, if you take one of these things that balances on two wheels, and you take another one that balances on two wheels in this direction, and you stand both sets of wheels on a very big ball, then they're both trying to stop the ball moving in two different directions. And then you get a robot which balances on a ball. And you can drive that around. And a Bullbot is, I'd love to make one of those for the open days. A robot that
okay, we could do that for a third year course.
But we're getting more and more of this kit, because we've got Gadgeteer as well, which is a Microsoft gift, which is little bits you can plug together and do really interesting things with. So we're getting more and more of this kit. And we're getting more and more, not just undergraduates involved, but this guy did an undergraduate degree here, left us for some Cambridge, and has come back to do a doctorate. But he did because he did an undergraduate degree here, he got into Lego-robotics with me, and now look. Do you want to show them your toy?
This is my first year product. That's my second
Undergrad.
year product.
Yeah. Go on, show
What does it do?
Make it work. Is there anybody brave enough to play Connect 4 against a robot? It will win. Good for you. Come on then. Come on, sit down. Sit down. You do understand you'll lose.